Luna once again has smashed all-time highs, so today we're going to take a look at it, perform some technical analysis and make some predictions on where we can expect to see Luna go in the near future. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video. We're taking another look at one of the best performing coins of this year, Luna. We're going to be using indicators such as moving averages, such as resistance and support levels in order to make some decisions and predictions on where we can expect to see the price of Luna go in the next few weeks. But before we get into all that good stuff, guys, please remember to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. We cover crypto, investing, stocks and wealth management. Of course, I'd love to know your thoughts on Luna and the overall crypto market at the moment down in the comments section below. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into today's video. Welcome into the Luna chart, guys. If you're looking to buy Luna or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. But oh my god, guys, look at what Luna has recently just hit this week. Over 49.5 US dollars. We're almost at that elusive $50 mark up here. I think we may see it in the very, very near future. But let's take a look firstly at where we've come from last video. So the last time we looked at Luna was about a week ago, and we were sitting roughly, I believe, here. It was, you know, that October 1st, October 2nd sort of time frame, and we were at some key points of resistance that we needed to break through. The first one was at this, or just shy of this 40 mark, but I'm just going to plug it right there as it seems to make a bit more sense just putting it right on 40, chuck that one in. That was a key point of resistance for us when we were sitting down at this point here. We now have managed to smash through that, and the second point and the target for the last video that I'd set at $43 and roughly 50 cents. We annihilated it, guys. Absolutely annihilated it. Went straight through within the span of 3 days all the way up to that high. Now we're sitting at a value of $47.85. So overall, looking really, really good. What's interesting as well is the volume hasn't been crazy on these rises at all as well. Obviously, the overall sentiment in the crypto market has been picking up, but as you can see, Luna has been performing for quite some time now. And yes, whilst it did dip when Bitcoin took a hit, it didn't dip for an extended period of time. But enough of that. Where are we sitting now? Well, I think from a support point of view, it's really obvious. That mark right there is extremely critical. In fact, you might even be able to bring up just to here, another point at 44.91 or 45 roughly. I'm going to put it at $45, and that will be, I suppose, our support point at this point in time. Key point of resistance now for us as we move up as well. It's realistically just this all-time high that we have seen, but I'm going to chuck that at this 50 mark right here, because I think from a psychological perspective, that's a lot more critical for us to break. And my target for today's video will be that $50 mark. I want to see it tested, and I want to see it smashed, and I want to see the volume down here within the next week really increase to push us through. And as you can see as well, we are in what appears to be a little bit of an uptrend. So let's just plug that in right there. This is a very, very nice looking channel. We can plug in our top end of that as well, more than likely. Let's just have a look, see where it fits best. Probably, you know, where we hit up there. That's probably a nice view of our channel that we are currently trading within. Probably bring that in a bit more. There we go. So you can see we are really trending in quite an upwards direction at the moment. So overall, looking really, really good. Now, just to avoid a bit of confusion, I'm going to remove this point of support down here because I don't think it's relevant at this point in time. And I will also remove this point of support. So you can see what we're dealing with is in that space there. I'll go the hourly as well, just so you can see exactly what's going on. We are comfortably sitting above that point now and moving in the right direction as we speak. So looking very, very good overall. This was basically a false break that had occurred, but it still means we held our support out here, which is very positive. Whilst yes, it did dip down, we've seen a double bottom on the hourly, come back up, and we're still above that support point now. So that's really, really good from that perspective. Now let's bring in a few more indicators in order to help us, I suppose, predict exactly where we're at. Moving averages. Now, let's be realistic. From what we saw in the last few videos, the only one that's going to be relevant is probably that 20-day moving average that we see there in the blue moving up. I'll just chuck in the 50-day and the 200-day just so you guys can have a brief look at exactly where they are sitting. So as you can see, our moving averages, 200 days all the way down at $17.60. Our 50 days sitting at $34.99 and our 20 days sitting at $38. That 20-day moving average, it looked like it could have been potentially going to cross the 50-day, but obviously due to the momentum and the price action that has occurred, we are now going back upwards again. So really, really positive. We didn't want to see a death cross there, and it looks like that crisis, which was probably one of our only potential crises, was averted. So overall, looking really good. Let's bring in the MACD now in order to work out exactly what's going on there. We obviously saw the cross back here in our last video on that day. I was saying it looks like we're about to cross. It looks like we're, not going to see something like this where it gets really close. It looks like it's going to happen. And that really was the signal, that 12-day EMA crossing above the 26-day EMA for the price really to shoot up now to all those all-time highs, and you can see that it looks like, yes, it has flattened out a bit at the top here, but as we see in the past, these green periods can go for extended periods of time. So I wouldn't be surprised, given that we are seeing a little bit of a bull run now across the crypto market. We're going to keep going. We've got plenty of headspace to go from this perspective. So overall, looking good from the MACD point of view. Let's bring in the RSI as well to view exactly where we're sitting. We're not sitting in the overbought section, which is positive, and I really think that is due to the fact that we haven't seen the volume really be coming in here. It's just there's a lot more buying action than selling action. But overall, we're sitting at 63.14 on the RSI, on the higher end of it obviously, but not in that overbought range. But once again, we've seen Luna can stay in this range for extended periods of time when performing well. But realistically, looking really good. I can't see a sell-off occurring. We've got plenty of support historically and plenty of, I suppose, all-time highs consistently being hit. And there's, I know, a ton of news flow coming out for Luna. So make sure you get on the website, get on the social media, get on all the information you can find about this coin, because I think it really is going to be, a top 10, top 5 coin in a few years' time. That wraps up today's analysis. I'm sure if you're a Luna holder like me, you're absolutely stoked at how well the coin is performing. I mean, only earlier this year we were in the single digits. Now we're almost at $50, and that is the target for today's video, that $50 mark. Let me know down in the comments section, do you think Luna can hit that $50 mark within the next week? But of course, if you did enjoy today's video, remember to leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. We cover crypto, stocks, investing, and wealth management. But I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. Hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.